Hello there. Premier League excitement continues, and today we're here at the Nana Ajiman the First Stadium in Doma, Ahinkro. It's the continuous coverage of the 2025-26 Ghana Premier League season, and the stadium will be hosting us for today's crunch fixture between the home side, Aduana FC. They'll be taking on James FC in today's fixture. My name is Josiah Okokwe. What a fixture we have on our hands because the Aduana Stars are hoping to climb to the summit of the table with a win today. But for James FC, they are coming at the back of their very first win of the season at home against Nations FC. And a win here could do them so much good. But then we are powered by Dewa 539. So all you have to do is to play like a champion with Dewa 539. Each day at 7 p.m., you could be a winner with as little as 5 cities. Your odds could be multiplied by 4,000. And with as little as 10 cities, it could also be multiplied by 50,000. That's if you are able to get each of the 5 numbers right. You need to play like a champion with Dewa 539. And they are powering us to bring to you today's broadcast of the match day 7 encounter between Aduana FC and then also Dreams FC. But then, before we begin, let's just have a bite of some GPL history. Today, we feature a former goalkeeper of, in the Ghana Premier League. Stephen Aholu features today in the GPL history.
Your pre-game ritual, something that you do before every match. The last thing you do before you get onto the pitch.
The last thing I do before coming to the pitch, I do stomach. Because I'm somebody who sit down small, make big, stomach calm. So I normally do more stomach before coming to the pitch.
Which stadium is your favorite to play in and why?
It's Kumasi. And Kumasi, I always get man of the match. I always do well in the match.
Is there a particular meal or snack you like to take before every game?
No, I don't take anything before. I think about the match too much, so I don't feel to eat.
You wear a piece of equipment, whether your socks, your boots, your shin guards, your gloves. Is there a special way that you used to wear it that you think brought you luck? Tell us.
Oh, I can say that thing that you have mentioned, gloves, boots, my things, I keep it secret before wearing it. So before I wear it, I pray on it before I wear that I'll get good luck on the day.
Which one do you think? A last minute save by you or a late penalty for your team to score?
Oh, last minute scoring.
Which goalkeeper did you want to keep like when you were young?
I think Aduana.
Who has been the most dangerous striker that going into a game you were thinking about that, come on, this striker in the Ghana Premier League, I don't want to face him?
Ismailado.
Why?
Ismailado is a player who always wants to score. If you lose guard, we'll score you right now. So all the time I think about him.
Patao Dauda or Daniel J, former Liberty?
Patao Dauda.
Patao Dauda or Adam Karasi?
Patao Dauda.
Patao Dauda, Richard Kenson.
I'll go for Richard Kenson. My name is Stephen Aholu, former goalkeeper of Art of Lions and Mediama. Keep watching Ghana Premier League.
All right, so former Black Stars and then also Kwando Heart of Lions goalkeeper Stephen Aholu featuring today on the history as far as the GPL is concerned. We're still building up to the match day 7 encounter at the Nana Ajiman the First Stadium in Doma, Ahinkro. It's Aduana FC taking on Dreams FC. There's a lot more for you right after this commercial break.
Taylor?
The president.
Charles de Terror Taylor. He terrorized defenses with his dribbles. Who know Dombote? He screamed at the stadium. Aside for the general, picking up trophies. Stephen O'Drew orchestrating the game. The legends of yesterday have paved the way for the heroes of today. Do you know the Ghana Premier League?
No, Dad.
It's our game, it's our pride, and you watch it now live every weekend from now on.
Catch the Ghana Premier League live this and every weekend.
Changing, so should you. If you're dreaming, don't be afraid. I'm in the valleys. Keep your head up high. Got to dream with Puma drinks. Yeah, believe it, you can achieve. Oh yeah, clap your hands for the whole new vibe. Make me say, oh yeah, come alive. Let me hear you. Puma drinks, a whole new vibe. Another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advert is FDA approved.
On match day 7 of the Ghana Premier League, on Sunday special, Accra Hearts of Oak face a tough test at home in Bibiani Gold Stars. The Ghana Premier League is live on TV3. The Ghana Premier League, it's more than 3 points.
Stellar Saturday from the Nanajman Bedu, the first stadium in Doma Ahinkro. And two teams having pitched against each other. It's Aduana Stars taking on Dreams FC. But let's talk about the match day 7 story, which started yesterday at the Kpando Sports Stadium, where it was Heart of Lions that got a 3-0 win over their opponent, Basake Holy Stars, in that one. But at our pitch side, I've been joined by one of the best football administrators you'd see, one of the best brains in the game, actually. Jeffrey Asari joins me at pitchside here at the Nana Ajiman the First Stadium. Good afternoon, Jeffrey.
Good afternoon, my brother. How are you?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
By going.
Now, let's zoom in straight into action yesterday at the Kpando Sports Stadium. Another statement win by Bashir Hayford's Chargers. Do you think they are in line for the trophy this season?
Well, it's early days yet, but their consistency. I mean, after being trounced by 3-1, a game against BBN, a game, there are 6 chances in the first half, at least could have buried 2. And you also say good save from goalkeeper Emmanuel Kobe. And so they need to make a statement that, listen, it was one of those blips. We need to bounce back and prove a point that, look, we are a quality side. We are ready for the league. Last season, we were closer. We couldn't win it. This season, we are bouncing back stronger. So yesterday, they did that. And I was impressed with Michael Epson's excellent performance because he was the major culprit when they came to BBN. He wasted 3 chances in the first half, wasted 1 in the second half. So yesterday, he has to. The first goal that was scored, top-class strike from him, brilliant strike from him, hit the crossbar, and then Obin Jr. rebounded into the net. Then in terms of the second goal also, was a wonderful Kwanzaa, brilliant pass from Kwanzaa. He won the ball in midfield, sent a pass to him. He pushed the ball one side. He versus Ahuto, he made sure Ahuto struggled and then blasted the ball beyond goalkeeper Sempa. And then the third goal, he pushed to some extent, pressed goalkeeper Sempa to allow him to miss kick that led to Anthony Owusu's third goal. So it was an excellent performance from them. And Anthony Owusu replacing Ishmaelado as if Ishmaelado was not in existence. He really lived up to expectation. And look, Heart of Lions are a team to watch this season.
Heart of Lions are certainly a team to watch this season. But don't forget, we are powered by Dewa 539. So you end your day like a champion with Dewa 539 Direct. And you just wind down with a win every 7 p.m. each and every day with numbers from 1 to 39. The odds are always stacked in your favor. So you can multiply your stake with 5 Ghana cedis by a whooping 40,000 or 4,000 odds. And then also, that's with a 4 direct, and then with a 5 direct is a whooping 50,000 odds, which is always stacked in your favor. And then you just watch your mobile wallet just fill with some cash for you, courtesy the Dewa 539. You can play, just dial *446# or you just visit dewa-nla.com to play and win now. It's Stellar Saturday from Doma Hinkre. Aduana Stars taking on Dreams FC. I'm here with Jeffrey Asai. But then let's quickly take a glance at the fixtures coming up. 1 game played already, 1 more today, and later tomorrow there'll be 6 more games. Let's quickly take a look at the fixtures coming up. So confirmed yesterday, Heart of Lions getting a 3-0 win over Basake Holy Stars, and then here this afternoon will be Aduana taking on Dreams FC. We're talking about that one in a bit. But then tomorrow, the biggest game, obviously, will be at the Accra Sports Stadium, where Hearts of Oak will continue with their title charge with a game against defending champions BBA Gold Stars. There's Nation against 11 Wonders. Mediama will take on Swedru All Blacks. Young Apostles, also in Wenchi, will welcome Brekum Chelsea. Kerala United up against Beche United. There's FC Samatex 1996 in Samra Boy. They'll be hosting Hohoi United. And then 1 game postponed because Kumasi Asante Kotoko were in action yesterday. Unfortunately, it didn't end well for them. Vision FC was set to host them later on. But what about that game at the Accra Sports Stadium, Jeffrey? Hearts of Oak against BBN Gold Stars.
Very interesting. I mean, proud to the last 2 games BBN played. The BBN were struggling. Losing 3-0 at Vision and losing 2-0 against Asante Kotoko. They were struggling. But listen, even the game against Heart of Lions, the first 20 minutes, Filippo Fori, who was playing right back instead of Bright Anoche, who had an injury, really struggled. I think that has to be very aggressive. Gideon Anaba at the center back to very aggressive. But they found their way into the game stronger after 30 minutes, and they started playing very well. So Hearts of Oak also going to Brekum, they did very well. I mean, look, I thought that Mankwabe, if unfortunate injury, rather gave the opportunity for Mauli Wayo to come in, and Maui Wayo changed the face of the game, and that brought it a 2-0. Hamza Issa's goal end out of Mauli Wayo's second goal. This is the second season round that they've beaten them there. Now, Hearts of Oak have a lot of confidence. They are 12 points. They need to win this game if they want to be in contention for this year's league title. Then BBNE has also won 2. One against top playing Heart of Lions by 3-1, and then against Chelsea. So now they have 12 points. So there's all to play for because now the confidence of the team is up there. Kote among brilliant performance in that. That was his debut game. That was the first time he was playing for the team at Liverpool. So it's going to be an interesting game. Hasselhoff slightly might have the edge, but this game has, if they want to win, they must play above themselves to get the 3 points.
Okay, so that's his prediction for tomorrow's game. But then Stella Saturday, we're still counting down to kick off here at the Nana Ajiman the first stadium. But now it's time for a commercial break.
I want to watch them, man.
Oh, even watches Ghana football these days.
Do you know Charles Taylor?
The president.
Charles the Terror Taylor. He terrorized defenses with his dribbles. Who know Don Bote? He screamed the stadium. Osei for the general, lifting up trophies. Stephen Odro was orchestrating the game. The legends of yesterday, they have paved way for the heroes of today. Do you know the Ghana Premier League?
No, Dad.
It's our game, it's our pride. And you watch it now live every weekend from now on.
Catch the Ghana Premier League live this and every weekend.
Changing, so should you. If you dreaming, don't be afraid. I'm in the valleys. Keep your head up high. Got to dream with Puma drinks. Yeah, believe it, you can achieve. Oh yeah, clap your hands for the whole new vibe. Make me say, oh yeah, come alive. Let me hear you.
Puma Drinks, a whole new vibe. Another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advert is FDA approved.
On match day 7 of the Ghana Premier League, on Sunday special, Accra Hearts of Oak face a tough test at home in Bibiani Gold Stars. The Ghana Premier League is live on TV3. The Ghana Premier League, it's more than 3 points.
Kick off in the next 10 minutes here. Aduana Stars taking on James FC. And a win for Aduana could actually see them move to the summit of the table. Yesterday, after that win for Heart of Lions, it's seen them temporarily occupy the top spot in the Ghana Premier League season, having played 7 games. Other teams on 6, but then Kumasi Santikota was still on 4 points. So that's how it looks like. Mediama on top now, currently with 14. There's Aduana on 13. There's Bibiani Gold Stars on 12. Heart of Oak in there. But then Heart of Lions are on 15 now. They are top. But then let's focus on Aduana Stars, Jeffrey, because a win for Aduana would see them occupy the summit.
Well, this team, Dreams FC, have lost all the 3 games away games. So they are poor away performance. Clearly, it means that Aduana also won their 3 home games. You understand me? And clearly, from more indication, Aduana are likely to win today's game. When that happens, it means that Aduana will go 15 points. Yeah, 15. And then they will top out of Lions, who are 14. Tomorrow also, on the evidence of what Mediama showed against Samates, they have to win the game against All Blacks. All Blacks are poor away performance. Immediately, Mediama, which is likely, I tip them to win the game. Mediama will also come and topple. And the House of Folk also play against Bibiani Gold Stars. So if between House of Folk and Gold Stars, whichever win, they also come up to 50. So it's going to be very interesting. But by Monday, we'll have our 14 win, 15 points.
Interesting. Now, let's talk about Dreams. They are languishing bottom, but then for the first time this season, they were able to have some breath of fresh air after they won against Nations FC. A win will be crucial for them.
A win will be crucial, but it's a difficult thing for them. They are not bad. I mean, look, they are good side. They play beautiful football. The problem is that Christian Owusu, Yaro Isaac, they are centre back. Look, Christian Owusu was the one that gave the win to Mediama 90th minute. You don't do that in critical moments. That is the problem. They concede goals when you least expect them. And then also they are not scoring a lot. Babuni Kaloni in front. I mean, Ernest Apia. But they are not scoring a lot. They are not creating much chances. Kenneth Anyamble, Yaovigede in the middle. They are not creating enough chances to the strikers. So that is where the problem is. Defensively, momental loss of concentration is making it difficult for them to at least be able to keep their clean sheet. That is a challenge. And on the evidence of what they've done at home, what Aduana have done at home, I expect Aduana to win to this game.
Gradually, the atmosphere is getting filled with supporters, but then also the atmosphere quite electric as well. It's now time to listen to what both coaches are saying ahead of the game.
Yes, you see, starting the league, I tell for everybody, let waiting gradually, game to game, about more players coming new and not accommodation from our philosophy, our mentality. But now the new player who coming and go inside in the team, you'll understand our philosophy and gradually game to game is improve and he play well. About the game today, you know, is very important for us. About I have in the plan not give any points here from our pitch. This is mentality me, and I put in the heading from the our player, but need to respect the opponent. Dreams is one good team, have good player, and it's the tough game today.
Very crucial because our journey on the road has been topsy-turvy. So the nation's win was very, very important. It brought the confidence back, it brought the momentum back, and we hope to build upon it this afternoon.
Winfred Dormont is the head coach for Dreams FC. Earlier on was Aristika Sioiba. He is the gaffer for Aduana. Both coaches sound very, very confident. But for Aristika, he's doing a marvelous job here.
Yeah, this is the second coming. I mean, he's been doing great. I mean, some games today he's playing 3-back, some games he plays against Bechem, he plays 4-back, against All Blacks, he plays 4-back. What it means is that he's studying opponents, one, the system, the approach, and then the personnel. So he's not a coach that you can easily predict. Based on the opposition and what they present, he also makes some tweaks to the system. And so far, he's been wonderful. The win against Hawaii United, 2-0, that was a wonderful work they've done. That's what I propelled them to where they are today. So, brilliant job, 100% record at home. Will Dreams FC be able to put a halt to that by putting it, at least pushing them to a drawn game today? Well, we wait to see. But I still think that they have firepower. Meshaka Friye, Imanamafo at 4 goals.
Your quick prediction.
First 45 minutes, I think Aduana should lead by a goal.
All right, so Jeffrey Atari thinks Aduana will have the edge over Dreams FC here at the Nana Adjumah Bedu Park. Now, let's join the action with our commentator, Benjamin Willie Graham.
Hello everyone, good afternoon and welcome to Doma. This is the land of the Fire Boys, Aduana Stars, where tradition meets ambition and every blade of grass remember the battles fought before. Today, Aduana Stars stand very tall once more, ready to defend their fortress and the flame of belief in every heart. But just across the pitch, the Dreams FC, very much young, fearless, and daring to imagine victory on this very sacred ground. So the air crackles with promise, the stands sway in rhythm, and the sun itself seems to pause to watch this very exciting Week 7 match between Aduana Stars and Dreams FC. Here in Doma, football is just more than a game. It's a heartbeat, a language, a song of pride echoing from mountains to valley. And that is where the hills breathe pride and the drums roll like thunder beneath the afternoon sky here in Doma for this very, very important game, where these two teams had a very exciting fortune in match day 6. Dreams FC all the way down to beat Nations FC by 2 goals to 0, while Aduana Star trekked all the way to the Volta region, where they recorded another 2-0 victory over Hawaii United. And so this time, their home ground is certainly going to be once more a sacred ground, where lots of action will be packed here, and the fans will be hoping to see their stars and their team dreaming on with another victory. Their quest is to be on top of the Ghana Premier League log, currently being occupied there by Hearts of Lions after also seeing an impressive 3-0 win against Basaka Holy Stars just yesterday. So they continue again with the fleet of Ghanaian football. Match officials equally excited and ready to usher us into this Week 7 fixture between the Aduana Stars and Dreams FC. Now looking forward to how these two teams will definitely be setting themselves up for this game. It's always going to be that exciting. It's always going to be that promising between the two sides in this game. On the Premier League action here, and so Aduana Stars trying to tell us that they've only made one change into that team that beat Hawaii by 2 goals to 0. It is Raymond Achiman who is out after a red card given to him, so they go with a 4-3-3 formation there. Still monitoring the performance there is Marfo, and upon Sunday Mishak, who is also going to be one of the better players. Mishak Ifriye is being seen as one of the top stars in the team. And so also don't forget to say Seydou Sana in the heart of the midfield area too. So coming in, let's kick breast cancer out of the game. Remember, month of October is a breast cancer awareness month, and the Aduana Stars with their corporate social responsibility campaign ensuring that at least they also work hard to kick breast cancer out of the game. And of course, Dreams FC will continue to also support. The Joshua is here, and this is the match week 7. Aduana Stars and Dreams FC.
Good afternoon, Benjamin Willie Graham. What a game we have on our hands here at the Nana Ajimambidu, the first park. It's just, you know, refreshing to see these two teams come together to support the breast cancer campaign. And I believe, yeah, both sets of teams will also boast of having some of the most beautiful damsels as their fans. Definitely.
Well, again, if Dreams FC maintain the same setup there after the 2-0 win against Nations FC, not too many changes there. You expect to see Yaro Isaac out there at the back, and also coming up very strong. Also Kevin Ahiable, Yawi Gede, Jonathan Nemodine, Surat Said, who got a goal against Nations, as well as NS Apia. These two players did get the goals there for Dreams FC against Nations, all starting. No tweaking to the setup, just a little bit of a tweaking to the tactical play. It's a 4-2-3-1 formation Dreams FC coming to this game with.
Most definitely, and the strength of this team has to be in the middle, because they play a bit more central. And we'll see Seydou Siraj, you know, doing most of the playmaking for this Dreams FC team.
And again, you have a match official, Kofi Gideon, and will be assisted in lines 1 there by Kofi Nyaku, and assistant 2 is Boateng Gabriel, and the fourth official, Anafu Nathan. Match commissioner today is Asante Akwesi. And so these are the match officials for this afternoon's encounter. But of course, looking forward to how these two teams will come out with something exciting. And Aduana Stars have said that they currently lie 4th on the Ghana Premier League log, and your major quest now is to be on top there. They've had 6 games played. This is the 7th. They've won 4 of the matches. Interestingly, they're yet to draw a match in this Ghana Premier League side. The only thing happening to Aduana Stars is that they've lost 2 games.
Those games came on the road for them, and that wouldn't matter to them. We've seen them win the league a couple of times, and whenever they want to do it, it's about turning this arena into a fortress, and that's what they're looking at doing. 3 wins already, and this could be the 4th on a bounce for them.
Absolutely. Having scored 7 goals and conceding 4 of those, they have a plus 3 goal difference there with 12 points on the Premier League, though 4th on the Premier League table there. Aduana Stars, but the fortunes there for Dreams FC are a bit contrasting there. 6 games played, they picked up just 1 win, 1 draw, and they have had 4 defeats there. Dreams FC not really good in terms of performance in the Premier League law, in the live 15 as well.
Yeah, but now it's the confidence for them heading into this game. Mind you, they got their very first win of the season on match week 6 against Nations FC at home, and that was what actually boosted and gave them that confidence they need coming into this game.
Well, coming to this game, Dreams FC only have 4 points out of a possible 6 matches played. It's an interesting situation there.
Tell you what, for the first 5 games of the season, they were languishing in the 17th position. So it's actually the first time this season that they'll be entering a match week not in the drop zone, and that's huge for Wilfred Dormont and his Chargers.
Well, the fans always love every bit of the performance they get here when Aduana Stars are home playing the match in the Ghana Premier League. Aduana Stars hold a marginal advantage of averaging 1.83 goals per game compared to Dreams FC's average 1.80 goals per game there. So a little bit of contrasting fortunes when it comes to how many goals and their fortunes even in terms of scoring the goals there.
Exactly, it's marginal, but it's all about getting the job done on the field. For Aduana Stars, they have one Emmanuel Marfo who will be leading the attack for them. He's such a wonderful attacker for them, and this season his goals has won them 6 points already on this day, on the turf. So it tells you that they would really need him going forward, especially if they can just put a ball at the back of the Dreams FC.
Well, I tell you what, he's on the 4th goal for the season, actually on the same wavelength with Takumi of Bibiani Gold Stars, and there's so players who score 4 goals in the Premier League, and Marfo is part of them.
Yeah, he's really showing his worth for the side. And Aduana Stars, they've also boasted of producing some of the best attackers we've seen in the league in the last 15 years or so.
There'll be a lot of talking points again. One for Aristika Sioba, third stint with Aduana Stars. And so this is where 90 minutes are waited, where fire meets dream, where passion collide with purpose. Will Aduana Stars flame burn big brightest, or will Dreams FC rise to the challenge beneath the Doma sky there? So the story is ready to be written. The whistle poised to sing, and Ghana, it's time once again for this beautiful game between Aduana Stars and Dreams FC.
Big game, big game. The atmosphere already electric, and it tells you the sort of folks we have here in Doma. They always love the team and they always give everything to see them win.
And so they're still talking about the lineups there for the side, and in terms of how Aduana Stars do work things at the heart of defense with Alex Boachi on the ball there, find space with Adumako Boateng, remember? A very interesting name there, remember Adumako Boateng, and expect to see a lot of work there from a young, very agile player there. In a 29 shirt, Samuel Owusu Ansah as well. And sees a throw-in. James FC to come in pretty hard in this game. Isdeen Mohammed with a throw. Interesting. Aduana Stars bringing back possession. Seydou Sana out of midfield as well. And there's going to be another push. It's going to be advantage there for Aduana Stars. Owusu Ansah once again goes to ground. Talk about players who really had the opportunity of scoring some interesting goals there for the side. The very first goal scored in the Premier League, Mishake Friye for Aduana Stars, came against Hull United, and he moved from Brecum Chelsea to Aduana Stars, and just about 30 or 40 minutes drive from Brecum to Aduana, so really didn't have to worry so much in terms of transportation down to Aduana there to play for them. But an interesting performance from the young man.
Yeah, he's a top guy, top player. His quality has never been, questionable, but that's what he brings to the side. At some point, he scored double digits, league goals for Brecum Chelsea at some point. Unfortunately, they just didn't have enough to win the league, but maybe with the Aduana Stars, he could just power them to the title.
And Kedios Siako, he's a clean sheet for him against Nations. And expect to see a lot of work there for this goalkeeper. And Isdeen Mohammed here. It's going to be a long clearance deep into the half of Aduana Stars there. Dreams FC trying to chase this one. Well, just to the heart of the attack there is Ernest Apia, the goal scorer against Nations. Hasn't really been a very good story there for the Nations FC Still Believe side. They are still working. Maxwell Arthur also trying his best to the heart of midfield there for Aduana. Seydou Sana here. Finds space down to remember Adumako Boateng, charging forward there. Being stopped in his tracks, and Pia picks it up for Dreams FC on the left-hand side, and the 7 shirt also raising is Babola Kolani. I just think seeing how Dreams FC really come into this game, a bit defensive if you like, of the 4-2-3-1 formation, coming in terms of the attacking play and defensive setup. What's your take now?
It's already telling where they are set up, and it could be, we could see only Ernest Apia, being isolated from that middle section of the team, because they love to be pragmatic, they like to be conservative, in games like this, especially when they are playing away from home, and that's one of the reasons why they score few goals on the road. And for Aduana Stars, they would only have to be careful when attacking. They might be leaving spaces at the back for Dreams FC to exploit. They just need to be extremely careful.
Alex Butcher's ball down the middle there. Didn't quite get to the intended purpose, and so it's going to be an opportunity there for Dreams FC to come in there. Kolani has been another player expected to perform wonderfully here for Dreams. Session being picked up by the white and black side, Dreams FC, Still Believe side. It's been a shocking performance there this season, having really amassed a lot of points after 6 games played. I expect to see a lot of work coming through. Suraj Seydou, so that's the one player they're looking forward to. In fact, he did score a goal against Nations, Suraj Seydou. Now the ball to the far side. Here comes Dreams FC on the attack. Trying to hit the ball back into the midfield area where the captain picks it up, and that's Suraj again. Recycled back in the midfield, trying to see how they ping the balls among themselves. Kevin and Hiaple also there, and It's going to be an opportunity now for Dreams FC, just very close to the danger zone of Aduana Stars.
It was promising move there. We spoke about that isolation between the striker and Estapia in the midfield, but then they are doing a good job. And Seydou Suraj will see a lot of the balls because he's a good playmaker. They need to play through him if they would want to feed Ernest Apia with the right balls in attack.
Free kick opportunity there for Dreams FC. And they may want to really attack pretty hard. The captain for the side, Ebenezer Adade, just behind the ball here. Ball swinging, and again it's going to be a Dreams opportunity, but it was eluding almost everybody. Aduana quickly get the ball, step into the half there of the Dreams. And comes Alex Boachi, sends it back to where's captain for the side. Alex Boachi once again trying to cut things down. And just at the heart of defense, gets support there from Stephen Anochibedu. You did talk about him. Player whose name rings lots and lots of bells in the Ghana Premier League. Yeska Seydou Salah swings one into the heart of the attacking area of Aduana Stars. Possession won back here by Amponsa. And Amponsa once again for Aduana. Possession lost. And again, it's going to be Dreams FC who in their own defensive area there. Chris Gede. Here comes Henson Aponsa's ball in. It's been cleared away by captain Adade. Sana. Alex Boachi. Remember Dumako. Swings it to the right-hand side again, just eluding Henson Aponsa once again. It's going to be Dreams FC through.
Yeah, they are pushing it, they are pushing it. You can see their fullbacks playing a bit more inverted around the 18-yard box, and that tells you the kind of overloads they are creating in the wide areas. That's where the strength of the team is. We've seen Henson already, with some good incursions, but nothing promising as of now, and that's what they would want to do. They would want to push, that defensive Dreams FC line towards the 18-yard box and see what they can make of it.
Back in 2015-16 season, there was a game. We did see Aduana Stars beat Dreams FC by 4-0. And then back in 2016, match day 20, Dreams FC reciprocated that performance there with a 2-0 win against Aduana FC. Now the referee spotting that bit of an extension of the elbow there against Apia, and a free kick advantage.
A bit more aggressive from Alex Boachi there. Just arguing he won that clearly, but there's the aggression there by the referee. Ecofield believes that was just too aggressive, too combative from the Aduana captain.
And now it's Dane here to lead the charge there for Dreams with this free kick. Ball swung into the far post once again. It's going to be repelled there by Aduana Stars. All his far back, Asadade here, who sends another one in. It's being headed down. And once again, a little bit of a fight there. It's a handball situation. And that goes against Aduana Stars, who was the culprit there. It's coming through from Stephen Anochibedu here in a fight where Maxwell Arthur was the one who was being penalized. Well, they love set pieces advantage going to Dreams FC.
Yeah, already they've seen a couple of them in the attacking position, attacking 10 already, but for a defensive side like Dreams FC, there's a golden opportunity. You just have to make a whole lot out of it. You can hardly get better chances than this.
Adade here. Scott Moso is blessed back in the 18-yard box of Aduana Stars. And looking to hit this one into the box there to get the players to come out very strong. Ball swinging, and again it's been repelled once again by Aduana Stars. Now they would have to keep it. Maxwell Arthur dropping the ball down. Beautiful run there. It's Aduana Stars, and it's overly been hit there by Samuel Owusu-Ansah.
Just overhit that ball. The first touch was good. The second touch just took the ball too much, too far away from him and lost possession. And these are the details. These are the basic things you need to do right, to create goal-scoring chances. And on that occasion, Aduana Stars not really making good use of that, ball in transition. It could have been a 2v3 incident, maybe perhaps a half chance for them.
But 4 years ago, it was Dreams FC with a Cisco drill up between the two sides. Dreams beating Aduana by 4-2, but those were very interesting time there for the two sides, where the likes of Joseph Esso scored a brace there and a penalty as well with a Jenin Boateng, Mensah, Emmanuel Okran, Brighter J. Those are very interesting names that you did have in the Ghana Premier League then.
Top players, and it does give you nostalgic memories about the league.
Yeah.
And how far we've come, not seeing most of these players even play. The likes of Brighter J on the bench, Sam Adams is a top quality player. Joseph Esso went out, he's back now playing for Dreams, trying to help them achieve the objectives.
Yeah, it's been a very interesting performance there between Aduana Stars and Dreams FC. I tell you what, they have had a very great performance, both sides. They've continued with those sterling performances. And they continue to keep things. It's 11 minutes already gone. And still goalless between Aduana Stars and Dreams FC here for match day 7 of the Ghana Premier League. But you did talk about Stephen Anochibedu. It was the man who scored the only goal there for Aduana Stars on match day 15 in 2023 when the two sides met. And that was an away game for Aduana Stars, and he scored a goal then. Ebenezer Dade riding in pain there for the foul here, trying to make his point clear. It was a 19-shirted Aduana Stars player, Mishake Friye. Didn't really commit any huge blunder there for him. But you just talk about the Anochibedu once again. Very, very household name here for Aduana Stars.
Yeah,
you talk about him before the match started, yeah.
He's been out there. I think he made a move out. He came back again. And that's one thing about this Aduana, team or family. They always make it quite conducive for any player who's played before, to just walk through the doors again, and they receive that player, with open arms. And he formed that memorable partnership with Alex Boachi some time back. Now he's back, and that partnership looks to be working for them once again after so many years being apart.
Yaro there, picking up an injury there, so a bit of a hold up here. Last season it was match day 6 between the two sides there, where Aduana beat Dreams by 2-0. Emmanuel Mafo and Abubakar Adams, they scored 2 goals there for Aduana Stars. And then the match day 23 game, the reverse fixture, was goalless. And Kelvin Ahiabla, who's starting today, was the player of the match. The reverse fixture. So they've had to play 12 matches there. Aduana Stars picking 5 of those wins, and Dreams FC also picking up 5 wins against Aduana Stars as well. 17 goals have scored, 13 goals for Dreams FC, and 2 of those games have been a draw. And now trying to charge forward there, Kolani, Sensei wide, and Apia. Again, drive it wayward.
Yeah, another good chance. Kolani doing all the work from the left-hand side with that ball, and Siapia trying to hit that on a swivel. Quite a difficult technique to execute there. Very few players are able to hit that one clearly, and also directed on target. But for Dreams, they are really making inroads. They are really exploiting spaces, and like we said, Aduana will try chasing the game. They'll try taking the game to the opponents. They need to be careful. They might believe in spaces, especially with defensive or offensive fullbacks. And remember Adomako and then also Abubakar Adams. They could be leaving spaces, and that's where Dreams can punish them.
I expect to have a lot of work there. Still, both sides looking to get the opening opportunity there, but you've seen Dream Chefs a couple of times they've had the opportunity of coming forward, and there'll be talking point about the XGs of the two sides in terms of their performance. This is the Romanian coach of Aduana Stars, Aristica Silva. This will be his third time taking charge of this club. He came to replace Yahweh Champon, who was relieved of his duties after a series of unimpressive results in the Ghana Premier League. He signed a 2-year option to extend for another year. So remember, he was part of this side back in 2011 and 2016. Wow. So he goes and comes back to help Aduana Stars.
Yeah, because they make it feel like home all the time. And I've spoken about players who moved out to the door of Aduana and then came back and the club just received them. And I think Aristica is one of those people we can also mention. He's a coach and he's had multiple stints with this club. It tells you that, you know, once you join this club, you're not just joining a football club, but it's more like a family. It's a community you would enjoy. They make it feel so, you know, warm, you know, for you, and that's the reason why everyone keeps going and coming back to the same club. But for now, expectations will be high. Looking at how they started the league season, 12 out of 18 points is just good enough to set the ball rolling for them.
Kulani here for Dreams FC. Pia's waiting in the middle there for a bit of a cross, but just cuts back beautifully. And Pierre here shows a reverse pass, which was given to him by Suraj Said, where Pierre just fluffing that. And they have to be going up chasing this ball here, Dreams FC. And again, there's a huge concern there for Isaac Yarrow.
It's actually the second time he's gone down. Some sort of pain, the Yarrow, but you know, ironically, we talk about Dreams FC being the ball defensive side under Winfred Dormon, even under their former head coach Abdul Karim Zito, but they've created better chances so far in this game. It looks like they've been courageous after picking up that first win of the season against Nations FC. They've really shown promise.
Well, Isaac Yarrow, once again, one of the stalwarts and most dependable centre-backs there for Dreams FC. Interesting decision to go with a tactics here for Wilfred Dormon. You talked about the fact that you're trying to conserve some bit of energy and head to Aduana Stars. Maybe manage the first 45 minutes and see exactly how things went. The last time Dreams FC won here, the Aduana Stars home ground was back in 2023. The match day 32, Ketsuva Lee was Zaifi's goal in the 54th minute. It has really been difficult time there for Dreams FC. They played 6 games away here in the Aduana grounds since the 2015-2016 season. They just picked up 1 win. They've drawn 1 and lost 4 of those travels down to Doma to defeat Aduana Stars.
It's always been a difficult grounds for them. It's always been a difficult, hostile, you know, arena for them to play in. And that win in 2023 was a very famous one. It was in fact the very first time ever they've won here. And perhaps they'll be looking at that moment and be saying to themselves, we can still dream of winning yet again here.
Players have gotten to ground there since the start of the game. They're almost about 20 minutes gone, and the fans really love their football here in Doma. Alex Boachi finds space in Remember Dumako Boateng. Squeezes one up front, and again it's been repelled by Dreams. Session and back into Kelvin and Yable really working things out. Again, not the best of controls there. Dreams are really struggling to keep possession. They've actually given the ball away a couple of times. They're very feeble and very unproductive in terms of their play there, Dreams FC. We expect to see a lot from them, don't you?
Exactly. You'd expect to see quite a lot from them, especially looking at the fact that a win for them would just, you know, propel them to the summit of the table. But credit to Dreams FC, they've made it so difficult for them, you know, to go narrow through the middle because they have men forward, and the physicality of this Dreams FC team also plays to the advantage. But for Aduana, they'll have to, you know, punch above their weight. The first 90 minutes or so hasn't really been promising. They've created fewer chances. We've not seen them even have touches in the attacking third so far in this game.
Kalani here for James. Apia. First 20 minutes of the game gone scoreless between the two sides. Lovely pass here. And the Aduana Stars really have to come in, dictate there to concede a corner kick. And again, it's Abubakar Adams. Really had to come in very strong to ensure that at least Dreams FC wouldn't have that opportunity there. It was a good play there. Mark Chalata was also raising to ensure that he gets his opportunity to hit one here against James. And a good run, quality run there from Nomadine as well.
Yeah, that was great transition from James, from defense to attack in a matter of seconds. It did so over that Abubakar Adams, just in the right place. They'll have to double up his steps and just clear that one.
Here comes the corner kick advantage now to James FC. And, Aduana Stars will have a lot of men in the box to defend this one. There's a long ball here to the near post. Jose comes out the punch. Ooh, just not the best of connection on the ball there. But Aduana Stars will concede yet another set piece, and Abubakar Adams there is likely to be shown a card, was it? Yes, he's been shown the first yellow card after just 22 minutes of the game played. Very unfortunate yellow card there for the left full back Abubakar Adams.
Yeah, he was in fact the culprit. You know, that led to that corner kick. Then, you know, the resultant was him again, just bundling over that James FC player again. And just look at that, it was a bit more aggressive, but then that was a Dadish cross and dealt with by Jose Prince. But then it was miscued earlier on, as you can see, Gwede not being able to kick that one. And just look at that, that was just, you know, just bad, awful, you know, from Adams.
Well, the very first player to have his name taken, Abubakar Adams there. Here comes Ishdin Mohammed behind the ball is there, so confirmation of the man with the yellow card, the first player to have been poked in the game. Ishdin Mohammed, left-footed free kick. Now it's been sent by Kolani. And James can't really connect home. Aduana Stars hitting the ball back into the fold of James. Good control there from Imano Mafo. Quite calmly just trolling the balls among themselves there, James FC. Best of control there, much of the hand pressure of the fans watching the game. Henson and Ponsa hasn't really controlled the game the way the fans really expect him to.
He's having a difficult afternoon. Henson, one of the man of the match award in their last win at Hohoy on match day 6, and a lot is expected of him. Such a young chap, you know, very skillful as well, but he needs to come up against some bulky, lanky James FC defenders, and that has been the problem for him. He's not really hit the ground running in this game.
Henson and Ponce once again trying to redeem himself there. You remember Dumakun trying to reverse it back to Henson. And acknowledges the pass that was given to him there.
Yeah, and it's that combination at work when then also Hansen on the right-hand side of attack for Aduana FC. A lot, you know, could really come up from these two attacking players, especially from Aduana, who is one of the best crossers of the ball, you know, in the game. I don't think they've really combined so well effectively up front today for Aduana Stars, and that has been one of the reasons we've also not seen them create enough in this game. There's so much strength from there. That department, there's so much quality as well, you know, when you combine these two players with so much brain, you know, in the game. That has also been the problem for Aduana. They are taking too much time to react, you know, to the second balls, the first balls, and they're allowing Dreams FC to sneak, out of nowhere and steal these goals, and they're not playing with the right energy now, I think.
Yeah, very much slow-paced performance, not too much of aggression in the performance of the two sides to this game, and the Aduana Stars will have to push more men forward here. They get, remember Dumako, advertising to go long, but decides to change his mind. James will pick up the pieces here. His Dean, lovely play here from his Dean. Looking to chat the ball forward, find space in the middle. And again, it's going to be a huge, huge disappointing try there from Gede. I'm not too sure again what his intentions were with the long ball into the half of Aduana Stars. And so, last time Dreams FC won a Saturday game against Aduana Stars accidentally. That was a match that Zaife scored. It was a match day. 32 in the Ghana Premier League. It was a 54th minute there. It was Summer Tex with an interesting win against the Aduana Stars. A bit of a surprise there when they did that. And Alex Marchesera out there, possession back to Dreams FC. Too many players on the ball here. And Jonathan Modine also playing his part in the game, and possession here for Seydou Sraj.
Just allow Dreams FC into the game. They are controlling the tempo of the game now, and that's so unusual of Aduana Stars, especially when they're playing at home. And it's quite shocking with that setup. They've just allowed Dreams FC to dominate using that physicality to their advantage.
Enton here. Dreams FC now defending lines. Remember, Dumako has been pushed down by Kolani.
That should have been the cynical Kolani. Left it late on, remember, Dumako went slid into him. No chance at all. It could be fine, but Kolani should be careful. Goes back to the turf again, tells you, the level of contact being made over there with that tackle by Kolani.
Again, it's a very tough afternoon here. Humidity has a dizzy height here at the Doma Stadium, and you can talk about it there when sometimes you move all the way from the southern side to this side, you understand how the weather really has been really tough on the fans, and you can actually see their expressions here.
Yeah, and I could also say that you could allude to the silence to the performance so far by Aristika's men, and it's not really being above average. It's been below par for me. They've not really played to that rhythm. They've won 3 games on the bounce this season at home in the league, and they are hoping to make it 4. But you do not take the lead with such a lethargic performance. It's not really been quick from them. They've lost or given away possession as far as the second balls is concerned. They are not winning the aerial duels. They are just second best in every department. Dreams FC are really dominating. They just need to be quicker up front, especially in the final third. They are progressing the ball very well. They have that midfield dominance now. They need to involve their striker in Ernest Apia, and that's one thing. Once they are able to figure out and unlock, they will really be able to get the goal. But for Aduana, you can see the attack as well. Emmanuel Mafu is on 4 goals in 6 games this season. Hasn't been missing. You can count the number of touches he's had so far. And that is really, really worrying for the Uja boys.
When you talk about the matches on the road there in the Premier League, Aduana Stars had to win against Nations FC, and again winning against Sergio and beating or losing Samatex, and then they continued their fine form with a 2-1 win against Bichem, and then with a 2-0 win against United. And Dreams FC, they've won just once, and that came with the Nations FC win there. A bit of an interesting one. Again, we talk about how disappointing the season really has been for Dreams FC.
Yeah, but comparatively, it's been a better start to the season than last season, because last season they took their very first win on match day 10, which came earlier, 4 weeks earlier this season. So perhaps, and that's the kind of energy they are playing with now, is the sort of confidence they needed heading into this game in Doma. They just needed that win against Nations FC.
There's a lot about physicality in the game there, and just about 15 more minutes to end the first half there, and so still goalless between Aduana Stars and Dreams FC.
Yeah, and coaches will have to figure that out. Whenever you come up against Dreams, then at some point you need to go the physical way, and you know that's their strength as well. They are speedsters in the game. You have some good goal scorers as well, but you know it's all about the physicality, especially in midfield, where if you're not careful, they might dominate you, and that's why we've not seen Seydou Sana and then also Maxwell Arthur, you know, really control the game for Aduana, because Dreams FC have got that covered with the likes of Suraj, you know, and Co in midfield.
He's trying to steal his way into the part of Aduana Stars to see if he can get a goal. This Boache, centre-back with the captain's armband for Aduana Stars in Fine Sport in Anochibedu. Trying to move in down to Obakar Adams on the yellow card. Back to Alex, trying to think things pretty quiet in the day there for themselves. Again, not the best of control. It's been difficult there for these players to have the best of opportunity there. Samuel Owusu-Ansah, pretty quiet in the office. And now Kulani for James, looking to find a PR. Possession back now to Suraj Seydou. Dinks one into the box now. And get it here. Swings it to the far post. Oh, is looking to find the runs there of Nimodine. Sana here for Aduana Stars. Oh, losing possession. Back to a captain for Dreams FC. Adade, slow ball forward. Chris Getter here. James keeping possession is Dean. And the confidence level of Dreams FC trying to keep the balls just around the 18-yard box of Aduana Stars has been working out. And now they have to pick the pieces together and see if they can charge into the path of a Dreams. And it's been well dealt with. Really trying to go with a little bit of a trickery here. Imano Mafu. And quite idea with the situation that is down ball forward. Here comes Apia. Nimodine waiting for a pass in the box now. Kolani also waiting. Here comes Nimodine again for Dreams. Apia receives the back to the cherry once again. Sends it back again. This is Dreams FC in control. Nyable. Not the best of control there for him.
Making life unbearable for Aduana Stars. They're struggling to advance the ball, you know, into the third half. And just look at that again, the physicality. You know, the attackers of Aduana look so diminutive. It looks like they can't overpower, you know, their way, especially with Henson on the right-hand side and Mafu, who's playing a bit more centrally. It's been so difficult for them to power their way through the Dreams FC defense.
Flag stays down now. Wow. Again, it was a very defense splitting pass there, much to the surprise of the fans, but again he had to come in to save Prince Osei. And the fans were just asking the referee if indeed there was an offside situation there, was it?
I think he was onside. He made that run from an onside position. It was just, you know, the Aduana defense trying to play the high line there. They thought they had to transition that ball quicker, you know, into an offensive action before losing it. And Dreams FC nearly capitalizing on that. And that was some smart and intelligent goalkeeping by Prince Osei, who acted as a sweeper on that occasion to just deal with that danger. It would have been, you know, a Dreams FC goal if he hadn't come out, if he hadn't anticipated that quicker than he did.
Alex Pachi here for Aduana Stars. In the middle, find space. And remember, Dumako. The only time Dreams FC had a clean sheet was that against Nations, where goalkeeper Gideos Isiako was able to get something. As Aduana Stars chatting in the box now. Aduana may have opportunity to go into the box now. There's no this one.
That was a good run into the box, and that's what you need now. If physicality wouldn't work, you need pace, you need speed.
Remember Dumako here. Oh, just not able to get to the right passing. And Sana comes in here for Aduana Stars. Now they try to search forward here with possession. Was looking for support there. And again, it's a long drive, a long way out there. It was a lovely piece of work coming through from Aduana Stars now. They're just getting some bit of openings into the half of Dreams FC.
Yeah, and that's where they can begin to believe again that there's still something in this game for them. Just look at that drive. But earlier on, it was that mazy run from the left-hand side by Mejake Free. Went past a couple of Dreams FC players, but, you know, that final ball, just not the best of balls for a touch to be made. But perhaps that's what Aduana can resort to, you know, just put the players on the ball, create 1v1 situations at least, you know, with those players. At least they could just use their speed to get past them.
Here comes the Modine, switching play to the left-hand side now, moving from the right. Yarrow. And the partnership at the back there between Christian Yarrow and that of Christian Owusu and Yarrow. It's been solid so far, with support through from their captain, Adade. And Yable. Again, just gives the ball away. Uswansa swings the ball down to the left-hand side. You get to see a lot of trickery here coming through from Amponsa, who's finding his feet after switching play down the left. Just couldn't quite go around the likes of Yarrow and Owusu. But now he seems to have found something spectacular on the left-hand side. And interception through from, remember, Dumako.
Exactly, and we spoke about those 1v1 situations. They were being bullied, you know, in attack. The defense of Dreams FC just standing tall and not allowing anything to go past them. But the last couple of incursions from Aduana has been 1v1 situations. Earlier on was Mejak. Then also we saw Henson and Ponsa with a very, very good move, creating those 1v1 situations. And that's the only way they could draw these players out of position if they really want to get a goal. But then for Dreams, they've been so, you know, impeccable in defense this afternoon. We've not even seen Gideos Isiako make any save so far.
Well, remember Dumako. Again, he's just manning his box pretty well on the right-hand side of attack there for Aduana Stars. They've got 4 players and who scored just a goal there, Alex Boache and Suraj Said for Dreams as well. But this is the challenge that came in from Yarrow.
A very hard tackle. But such a tough guy, Yarrow. Just look at that. Just bullied his way physically. And that's the strength of this Dreams FC team. They know they are bulky.
So the likes of the situation on the ground there for both teams. It's been tough. And you talk about the goal scorers for both sides. 4 players of them, John Entry-Duku of Dreams FC, Christian Owusu, and that of Suraj Said. All of them have scored a goal there for Dreams, and Alex Boache of Aduana Stars also scored one. And Emmanuel Mafo scored 4 goals there, top scorer in the Premier League, 4 goals. With that, Atakumi as well. Good control from Mafo. Just talking about his performance so far. Trying to hit from far. Well, a total of 3 players from Aduana Stars and Dreams FC have been awarded the player of the match after match day 6. Still goalless. Just 5 minutes to end the first 45 minutes. Emmanuel Mafo and Henson and Ponsat, these 2 players of Aduana Stars have been awarded man of the match. And again, it's a very, very long way out there for Aduana Stars, and still looking to see if they can have a Henson and Ponsat coming out with some bit of trickery here. The very first team in there from the Bono region there, Aduana Stars. First club to have won the Ghana Premier League title since 1956. The 2009-2010 season. At 2017, I should say, they also played a part, but Recruit Chelsea also won the Premier League. Aduana Stars, one of the top teams in the Premier League, really have shown some prowess. There's a diving header coming through here, but it's going to be a decision in favour of the home side. There's Mishak. And there's a huge bumpy right there for Dreams FC's Yarrow. There's Dean Mohammed trying his part in the game there. Just showing that he put a lot of pressure on the Aduana Stars players in the long throw into the box. Teams really have adopted the long throw there into the 18-yard box anytime there's an opportunity to do so, and a lot of players are learning how to do that, because it really becomes a bit discomfort there for players in the 18-yard box, especially the centre-backs. And that's exactly what Adumaku's been doing. Alex Watch's ball. It's being collected beautifully there by Kidio Sisiaku. Since they started playing the club football back home, and since they had a chance to get into the Premier League, they've had the best of performances there. But Dreams FC may think they have a chance to go in here, but the whistle had already gone. There's Abubakar Adams there, who feels that at least there was a little bit of a notch on him before he went to ground. Now about 56 home games played against teams based in the Greater Accra region there, Aduana Stars, since the 2009-2010 season. Total of 37 wins for them, with the 14 of those matches being a draw and losing 5. And at least they've had the opportunity of scoring 72 goals and conceding 20, Aduana Stars. On the reverse, Dreams FC have played a total of 27 away games against teams based in the Bono region in the Ghana Premier League since the 2015-16 season. Interestingly, they have picked up 3 wins and 7 draw, and it's Nomodin with his long strike here, but again, not to threaten goalkeeper Prince Jose at all. There was a 1v1 situation there for him as he's trying to hit this one from outside the 18-yard box. Nomodin. Just in the first 45 minutes of this first half here between Aduana Stars and Dreams FC in match day 7 of the Ghana Premier League. Really nothing really to take home in the first half. Both sides have had to struggle to get some bit of opening, some clear-cut opportunities, but should say that Dreams FC will feel that they have done a great job there managing the first 45 minutes by not conceding. Expectation there for Aduana Stars is for them to win and find space or players move up on the Premier League. Beautiful control from Christian Owusu. Nearly lost possession there, but again, Daddy was trying to having some bit of a harsh words there for his goalkeeper. 2 minutes over at a time. Here comes Saturday. Jonathan Nemodin on the ball here. Here comes Nemodin looking to strike here. Nemodin does, blocked. And Aduana will now turn defense into attack. Looking for Mafu here. Brings it down, but again collected beautifully. Here comes Adade. Dreams. They still have to push more men forward. Chris Skede. Now Adade swings one to the left again. Finds his Dean. Not the best of control there from his Dean. The offside flag already going up against him. So here we are. First half already gone. The Aduana Stars contrasting fortunes for them, at least with a win against Ahoy and the home here. The expectation has been for them to pick up yet another win in the Premier League here. The expectation has been for them to pick up yet another win in the Premier League, at least to chase the run over Hearts of Lions. Dreams FC with the only away win or home win in the Premier League against Nations FC. They definitely are hoping they can have a very, very positive result in this game against the Aduana Stars. Patting each other at the back there. They feel they have done a great job not to concede in the first 45 minutes. It means a lot to this team there. They go into the dressing room knowing they can hold their heads high against the Aduana Stars, who have been very resolute, and this place has been a fortress for them in the Ghana Premier League there. But it has been one of the first 45 minutes of the game. There are a lot of talking points there in terms of performance for the players of Aduana Stars. They may want to come back in the second half, maybe with a lot of talking by Aristika Sioba. But for Dreams FC, they know that Wilfred Dormon has really come out to provide the needed talking for them. At half time here at Doma, Aduana Stars 0, Dreams FC 0.
"45 minutes done here at the Nana Ajiman the first stadium in Doma. It's home side, the Aduana Stars drawing goalless against Dreams FC. Stellar Saturday live coverage on TV3 as well as on Nia TV. You are streaming live as well on at the Sam here at pitch side with Adnan Said. He's the assistant coach for Dreams FC. Adnan, first 45 done. Have you been impressed with the team's performance so far?
Thank you very much. I've been very impressed with our performance. We came with a game plan, and everything that we plan on is working for us, and we are planning to stick to it in the second half or improvise again and see how best we can get the maximum 3 points.
Now, what are you looking at doing going forward in the second half?
What we need to do in the second half is to add numerical advantage in the attacking third when it comes into the second half.
Thank you very much, Adnan Said. Wishing you all the best of luck in the second 45. So that's assistant head coach to Winfred Dormon of Dreams FC. They've not been bad, actually. They've created the best chances, but then they've not really have that cutting edge up front, you know, to see how it goes for them. But then Kennedy Oforiansa, the assistant also for Aduana, joins me. Kennedy, how do you sum up the first 45? And also talk to me about that attack that has been very blunt so far.
So far so good. It's not bad. It seems Dreams FC came in with strategies, and it's working for them in the first half. We decided we watched their clips, and what we saw, we are not doing the exact that. And I think in the second half, we are going to talk to the boys and come and do that, because they will stay deep in their defense and use their wingers and their midfielders. So we have to press them, high pressing. But it seems our high pressing is not working. And they are doing a lot. Dreams are doing a lot of movement So we have to cut their movement, and we have to use the movement to capitalize on it and win.
What do you have to say about Emmanuel Malfoy? He's had a handful of touches so far in the first 45. Emmanuel Malfoy, he's really been missing just a couple of touches, not even in the penalty box.
Yeah, because of the clips that we watch, what we decided to do, it seems it's not working for him. So we are going to draw a different strategies for him. Maybe we are going to add another striker to him so that we can play different strategies, and he will come in strongly in the second half to make an amends and score.
Sana and then also Maxwell Arthur in midfield. Have they really impressed you?
Really not to the tax, but going in for the second half, maybe they will come in strongly, listen to the coach, deploying different tactics, and they will work to perfection.
All right, now let's also talk about that defense for you. Your goalkeeper, he's been absolutely fantastic. But then from talking about building up from the back, have you really had it right so far, and also the transition into attack?
Yeah, transition from defense to attack, it seems the goalkeeper is doing good because what he has been taught, he is doing it. Our defenders are standing in the good position to receive the build-up from the attack. And he is staying in a good position, standing in the edge of the small balls and in between the 18 live balls to also rescue any counter from the opponent. He's so far so good. My goalkeeper is doing good.
All right, thank you very much, and wish you the best of luck. So it's still a Saturday. The matchup is between Aduana FC and then also Dreams FC at the Nana Adjumam Bedu, the first park. We are headed for a commercial break. When we are back, I'll be joined at pitch side by my pundit, and we will discuss the first 45.
Match day 7 of the Ghana Premier League. On Sunday special, Accra Hearts of Oak face a tough test at home in Bibiani Gold Stars. The Ghana Premier League is live on TV3. The Ghana Premier League.
Let's have a break out in Nana Adjumam Bedu, the first park. It's Aduana FC taking on Dreams FC. There's quite a lot of talking points from this game, especially for Dreams FC. They've really taken the game to their opponent. Joining me at pitchside is Jeffrey Asari. Jeffrey, first 45, entertaining, but no goals.
Well, very entertaining and very interesting. I like the combative physicality, a bit of aggression, and the compactness from Dream FC. They are not giving any space or gaps for Aduana to exploit, making sure that look, Captain Adade, brilliant job. The leadership of the back, the organization. Yaro and Christian have been solid at the center back, and then Ismail Mohammed. Then come to midfield, Ahiable and Yalvi Gay have taken charge. They've out-tweeted Maxwell Atta as well as the young chap, Henson Amponsa, in the midfield. They were quicker, they won a lot of the second balls, so it was making it difficult for them to get retention of the ball as Aduana, another even to even pass. You have the wing backs in Abubakar, Adams, and remember Domaku, who are not surging forward very well, which is a very bad thing for them to do. You have to surge forward, you have to be very quick, because as a wing back, when you do that, you create opportunities, you allow the midfielder to join you. You have Meshak up front, you have Manamu up front, you have Seydou Sana up front, but they are not doing that, and then they're also hitting needless long balls. Your attackers are vertically challenged, so who are you hitting the long balls to? Those are the challenges that they have, they need to work with. Now, when you realize that Amponsan went to the left and did a trickery and pace, you realize that he had an opportunity, he created a panic in the defense. When he continuously does that, but it should be a width there. Sana Seydou should be doing that. Why he's also doing that from the left? When you do that, you straight the defense off, you force the defense of Dreams MC to commit mistake and face you. You understand me? So until they start doing that and pushing and become much quicker, they didn't create any decent chance in the first 45 minutes. When you look at Dream, they created a free kick. You saw Adade, the free kick that he hit. They created a corner kick that was committed by Abubakar Adams. That goalkeeper Prince Osei parried into play. So you realize that even though Aduana is playing at home, Dreams were able to create something reasonable that created slight problem or panic for the Aduana defense, whilst Aduana have not been able to do that.
Interesting. But you look at the first 45, that 4-3-2-1 formation by Dreams FC win for Dortmund, and you're like, they're rather taking the game to Aduana Stars instead of defending.
But if you know Dortmund very well, Dortmund, that is, he's a controller in his days as a player. You realize that they were controlling the game, they were retaining possession, they were winning 50-50 balls, they were very quick in retrieving the ball back. Yes, because when you go to away, you realize that Bolani Kolani was dropping deeper. Likewise, Nemo them also dropping very deeper to make sure that they get the balls back, defended well. So they were defending with a lot of men behind the ball, making it difficult for Aduana to breathe. But the only way Aduana can do that is the quickness of pace and in transition, and using the wide area to stretch them and then creating problems for the defense. But until they do that, trust me, this game can cause a problem. So far, the only problem is that Dreams are not clinical. I mean, the corner kick they had, I mean, I was expecting at least 4 or 5 people to be attacking the ball, but they didn't do that. And this was experienced centre back. Samuel Ansan was able to head the ball out, but that ball was not contested in the air. That's the problem I have with them. If they're able to sort that out, I think that they will create a lot of problem for Aduana if Aduana is not able to up their game in the second half.
Aduana Stars boast of one of the top scorers in the league so far, Emmanuel Marfo, handful of touches so far. Is it because he's been ineffective or the passes are just not finding him?
The passes are not coming. They are not going to. Dreams is preventing that because of the compactness and the physicality and aggressive. You realize that Aduana, at a point in time, were losing the physical battle. The players were falling instead of contesting the ball. Yes, you can talk about the size of the Dreams players, but it's part of the game. So what you do is that you must be able to contest the ball, win 50-50 balls. You are playing at home. You need to control the game. You need to push the game to them. You need to take risks. Aduana players are not taking risks in the first part. They couldn't. So the strikers, you are good as the quality of the supply that comes to you. Unfortunately, the supply is not coming. That is why Marfo is ineffective. Meshak Efre is ineffective. The supply are not just coming.
Stellar Saturday here at the Nana Ajiman the first park. Half time as Dreams FC holding the home side, Aduana Stars, to a goalless stalemate here. And I'm still at pitch side with Jeffrey aside. Now, Jeffrey, heading into the second half, if you are Winfred Dortmund, we've seen the promise and quality from the Dreams FC side. Would you still push for a goal, or you be content with the 0-0 scoreline?
You push for a goal, but you must be compact and then make sure that when the opportunity comes, try to create opportunity. When opportunity, counter-attack, when opportunity, try to make sure you get a goal. Because, listen, they are 4 points, they are line 15. It's not a good place to be. If you have an opportunity, every game is in dynamics. You have an opportunity in a game like this, you have to score, you score. And then play very tight, make sure at least you defend with your lives to make sure at least you get an away win, which they've not done so far. So you should start and continue what he's doing, but try and get a goal.
Now, you talk about the fact that heading into this game, we spoke about the fact that Aduana could go top of the table with a win. Is the pressure gradually creeping in and the players are feeling it?
Well, it comes with that. I mean, that if you give you a difficult pressure, unless you are able to do it. Now, I think that it's a pressure coming in, but that is why they are a team, they are experienced team, like they have experienced players. Boachi is very experienced in the team. Ansas is very, Bedu is experienced in the team. You understand? They have experienced players. Masolata is experienced. This is where the experienced players must make sure that they rally the young guys to bounce back and be stronger in the second half and be determined to be able to at least give the home team, home fans, something to cheer about, and then also make sure that they make a case for the opportunity for them to become a potential league champion again.
Interesting. Tactically, we've seen the setup. 4-2-3-1 by Aduana. More like a 4-3-3 in transition. What are you going to tweak if you were Aristika Sioiba?
For Aristika, look, you have to make Samuel Ansan come more defensive, and push Maxwellata and Neposa half on ball because you need a goal.
Yeah,
you understand? It's a risk you need a goal, and when that happens, you add one person and make sure that Neposa now plays more and Neposa on the left because he is able to show trickery and skills on the left. He did that twice, it worked. Now, tell Seydou Sana to also do same and go very wide and cut in full. Now, when you do that, then Maxwell Ansan must then push forward. Maxwell Atta must push forward. Then Meshach, there should be movement. Unfortunately, Meshach and Mafo are just stable. When you are a striker and ball is not coming, try to drop a bit deep. You understand me? Create movement difficulty for the defenders. But when you stand aloof there, it's easy for them to mark you and take you out. So when they do that, they'll create a lot of panic and problem for the center backs like Yaro and Christian, and then that can create an opportunity for them. But they need to do it consistently and early stages of the first 15 minutes of the second half.
Interesting. Now, talking about timing in the second half, the assistant coach for Aduana, that's Kennedy Oforiansa, has mentioned that they could be going with another forward. Do you think it's prudent to just go for that change very early in the second half?
No, he's not a forward. The supply is not coming. If you bring the forward and the supply is not going, indeed, less one. You have Meshach Efri, you have Maramaf, your leading scorer. What else do you need? Start the second half. Let the supply go to them. See what they will be able to do the supply. If they are still ineffective, then you can actually call for a substitution.
And for Dreams FC, what should they have to do in the second half to try and walk away back to Accra with something?
Very disciplined, very organized, very compact. Don't allow it gaps and space.
Gentlemen, as the sun dips gently over the Doma horizon, the pitch becomes a canvas of destiny once more. Welcome to the second half of this match between the Aduana Stars and Dreams FC. This is not just football, it's a rhythm, it's a rivalry, it's a beautiful chaos of Ghanaian passion, and of course this is reborn. First half gone unbroken, goalless, but the two sides unchanged from the first half. Back in the game right now, trying to see if they can get something written into this second half of this match. Well, teams remain unchanged once again. The Aduana Stars are going to have lots of players up front and seeing exactly how they'll be able to come back in the second half pretty stronger than before. Dreams FC well managed the first 45 minutes and have come back in the second half. This time looking to change a lot. Now they have an opportunity to surge forward. Opportunity now for Hansen. Well, looking for handball in the box there. The referee looks on and says no. Sana strikes the ball back to the right-hand side. Amponsa looking to move in. 1v1 situation, wins a free kick for Aduana Stars, and he's Dean also down on the turf there. It's been a very Colony, I must say, who's going to get a yellow card for that foul here on Hansen and Ponsa. It's the first yellow card, just a minute into the second half, and he gets the booking. So the two teams have come back on the pitch now, looking to see exactly what will be happening. There might be some talking to be done, and two players on a yellow card, Abubakar Adams of Aduana Stars, and now it is Dreams FC's seven-shirted player, Babulin Kulani. So that's the confirmation once again of the yellow card. See a match now. Just went to ground. There's a substitution here for Aduana Stars. Dauda Sidibe been introduced into the game. He comes in to replace Samuel Uswansa. First change of the afternoon there for Aduana Stars. And now they may want to really come in to see exactly they have a chance in the second half to see if they have a goal here. And the fans shouting for a goal here. They haven't really come into the party the way they expect the team to do. Now they seems to have a sudden opportunity to come in. The performance of Aduana Stars really in the Ghana Premier League has been pretty much applauded. Talk about Dreams FC, 27 matches away from home and having scored 17 and conceding 37. Losing 17 of those matches, only winning 3, and ball swung into the box now. Just Ludem was everybody. There was a little bit of a nudge there, but in the box, the referee just looked on and said, there's a legal tackle here. Oh, what a ball whipped into the box there by Adumakun, remember. And here comes Mafu. He just charged on Chris Gede. And it was just trying to see if they will be given opportunity for a free kick or penalty maybe in the box there.
Okay, I don't think that was a free kick, but then that was a good try there. Good effort from Mafu. You know, and he's showing signs of a striker who's hungry to get goals. And at that point, you could see very small, little space for him to operate there, but he did so well to acrobatically hit that one. And then for that interception from Yalvi Gerda to set it wide. And they are playing with renewed energy now, Aduana Stars. The first half was a bit more slow, sluggish, lethargic, but now it looks like the fans are sparing them on and they are playing with some improved, renewed energy now.
Well, a response there from the fans in the half-time team talk, and clearly indicating that they need a lot to get themselves back. Aban here for Adade, as you say, there for James and Nemodine, and losing possession only as far as Mishaka Friye. Oh, the golden boy Mishaka Friye has been pretty much on the silent here in the game. Yaro strings it to his goalkeeper. And again, the defensive play there, pretty much of a bad play. There's a change made. Sidibe! Where again, a good strike from him at the near post. Catch there for goalkeeper Gideon Sesiaku.
They are reacting quicker now with Aduana Stars, and you could see the reaction from Aristika on the touchline. He asked him to take it quickly, and that's what he does. About a good ball to take it over his marker there. Just hit start on a volley, but straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. That's a good effort there by Aduana Stars. Every indication tells you now that they really want to return or even move to the summit of the table. by the end of the day.
Gideon Sisiako trying to keep a clean sheet after having won against Nations. Adams, again, looking to find Mafo. Gideon Sisiako out there to get the ball away. Aduana Stars on record to have lost just 21 out of 208 home games in the Premier League since joining the league back in the 2009-2010 season. They've lost matches to Hearts of Oak, Legon Cities, Brecum, Arsenal, Bechem, Kotoko, Samatex are the only 6 clubs to have won twice at Aduana home in the Premier League. No team in the Ghana Premier League has ever done so.
As a fortress, you know, it's a fortress for them, and that's the belief with which they play with. All the generation of players who have ever played here have believed that they just need to defend the town, you know. And whenever they play here, they play with some unique energy. And that's what we are witnessing now. 3 out of 3 wins already. And perhaps with the energy and, you know, the pressure they are applying now, they could even get a goal.
Only 15 clubs, Hearts of Oak, Legon Cities, formerly Wild Stars, Brecum Arsenal, Dows Professionals, Neo DBRC United, Ashanti Gold, Bechem United, Ken Faisal, Kotoko, Bibiani Gold Stars, Dreams FC, Accra Lions, Samatex, Karela United, and Nations FC have picked all the 3 maximum points as visitors here in Doma. Only 15.
Only 15 in about 16 years. And it tells you how formidable they've been over here. It's that mindset, as a notion that you travel here with, that you are coming into the den, and they would really slaughter you on a good day. That's what they do.
Well, since the 2009-2010 season, the Aduana Stars are unbeaten in their match day 7 home games. Back in 2017, they drew with Midiyama SC here. They also beat Great Olympic by 2-1 back in 2020-2021 season. They continued that fine form with another win against Great Olympics. And then Brecum Chelsea, back in the 2022-23 season, they beat them by 2-1 here. So 3 wins, 1 draw, having scored 5 and conceding 2 in the match day 7 home games in the Ghana Premier League since the 2009-2010 season.
They keep dropping the stats, and each and every one speaks volumes of what they've done here over the years. And they've missed lifting the title itself, and that's the ultimate. And that's what every single work they put into this, you know, gets them to. And they believe it's about time, at least, they just won the top flight league again.
Well, chance now for Dreams. Well, not the best of control there for Nemodine. But Dreams seem to be controlling the first now and just having a lot of balls just right in front of the 18-yard box of Aduana Stars. A long ball to the far post now. Has to be repaired by Siraj. Nemodine just stuck like a statue and unable to move now because ball just eluded him. And here comes the visitors once again, trying to control affairs. I'd like Yarrow and Owusu, Christian Owusu in possession here. Back to Yarrow.
They're not playable. The pair, they've been superb so far this season. They've dealt with everything thrown at them by the Aduana attack. That's the stability of this Dreams FC team. If these two could really form a formidable pair going forward.
Nemodine just sucked up the ball. And again, you have to see the flag up for offside against Dauda Ben Sidibe.
The outside over is giving them what it lacked in the first half. The runs into the channel, the runs behind defenders, and that's what Sidibe has added so far. He's playing a bit more advanced than Emmanuel Mafo. That's allowing Mafo to also drop deeper, you know, involved in the play. And Dreams FC would have to be careful with the runs of Sidibe so far since coming on.
Against Mafo! Wow, what a chance there for Mafo. This man is red hot for Aduana Stars.
Glorious chance missed there. the biggest chance so far in this game, falling to the deadliest striker so far in the league, Emmanuel Mafo. But then we spoke about the runs into the channels, and just look at that. Teams FC struggling, the two centre-back pairing right there, but then that ball sumptuously delivered in between the two, making it difficult for them to get even closer to Mafo. That was a big chance.
Still remains goalless after this big chance going way out target. Oh, there's a hamstring situation there. There's a lot of ball control. Just have to let the ball go away. But that's Mafo, the man on 4 goals there for Aduana Stars in the Premier League, scored against United. And here at home, he's looking for his 5th in the Premier League. But appears that his Dean might have picked up a hamstring injury there.
Yeah.
So it needs to be really, a very difficult situation there for footballers.
And now he could continue in the phase on the look on the face of Dortmund tells it all that he's about to lose one of the most important players in the setup, Winfried Dortmund. His Dean has been great for them defensively, and also due to the bumpy nature of the pitch, sometimes makes it difficult for them.
That's Dauda Ben Sidibe did play for Midjema AC back in 2024, leaving his club back in Burkina Faso, Real Club to Kadiogo to join Midjema, and now he switched played for Aduana Stars. As Burkina Faso, one of the players or wingers you expect to shine in the Ghana Premier League.
Yeah, he's a good player, always primarily used as a backup, you know, for the established number 9s, but he's always been consistent with how he plays. And one of the things I love so much about this guy has to do with his work rate. Whenever he's been called into action, he just knows how to deliver. And perhaps sometimes even when he needs to support, you know, the primary striker, he just does it so well. But you're looking at that pair, the partnership between himself and Emmanuel Mafo, and it's already working due to, you know, their characteristics, having the ability to run into channels and then also, you know, drop deeper and receive balls. I think it's really going to work because they are already pulling, you know, the centre-backs out of position, which seems to be working so far to perfection.
Dreams FC's match day 7 away against the Premier League since the 2015-16 season. They went all the way down to Obuasi to beat Ashford by a goal to nil. They drew 1-0 with Ken Faisal back in the 2020-21 season, and then also drew 1-0 with 11 Wonders back in the 21-22 season. And then Legon Cities also had a chance of beating Dreams FC by a goal to nil back in the 2023-24 season. So match day 7 away games there for Dreams FC. Only picked up a win and drawn 2 and lost 1. Having scored just 3 goals and conceding 3 as well. Here comes Alex Boache for Aduana Stars. Fine space on the wings there for Ansen Amponsa. Just dropped the ball down straight to Owusu. It's been picked up there by Dreams FC as they try to charge forward once again. It's just been cut out, and Aristika Sioba's reaction clearly tells you how animated he is there, with the players not really able to keep possession and sometimes destroying Dreams FC out of their defensive shells and then pushing some balls forward.
Exactly, he's livid now because he believes that they are wasting too much time on the ball, especially when they have to progress the ball into a dangerous area. A second or even 2 seconds late to react to these balls, and he's not really been happy with, you know, their decision making.
And again, substitution here for Isdin Mohamed is being pulled out of the game, and Nicolas Asante and given a chance to come in as well. There's a hamstring problem, just couldn't quite get into the game. Change that has been made here by Winfried Dortmund. Two players on the yellow card there, Walker Adams and Kolani of Dreams FC. And 2 teams being cautious with their substitution as well.
Yeah, for Aduana, it's been purely tactical from their end. But then for Dreams, they've been forced into it due to that injury being picked up by Isdin. And, you know, they'll be hoping that both will work for them, especially for Aduana. They are chasing the game now.
We have an hour played in the game here at Doma, and still goalless between the Aduana Stars and Dreams FC. Match day 7 of the Ghana Premier League. Both teams having to pick the 3 points in match day 6. Aduana all the way in the Volta region, playing Hoho United, beating them by 2-0. And Dreams at home to Nations, also winning by 2-0.
Yeah, you talk about that win at Hoho United, and I think that's what actually gave them that impetus, believing that they could win the league again, because they were out of the picture. Then after that win, it just shoots them up into the top 4, and that's where they started believing.
Mishaka Free swings one here, and again Sidibe couldn't quite control well. Possession back to Aduana, but the flag has gone up on offside. The very first time Aduana Stars lost at home was back in 2011, match day 26 game against New Dibiasi United. They lost by a goal to 2, and they have really managed to play 127-2 home games. And I tell you what, they've had 118 wins out of those matches played at home, and they've drawn 39 of those matches and lost 20. The most interesting bit about their goal scoring form is that they scored 257 goals out of 172 games at home and conceding 87. And they may want to see if they can score the 270 and 56 of the goals there, but sorry, that was the offside flag up against them. So in this home match there, maybe Shaq was hoping to at least increase the goal tally to 258 of a home matches scored, but that is not a story now. But that's an incredible goal scoring form there for Aduana Stars.
Yeah, of course. And tell you what, Graham, at some point, any team at all traveling here knew very well there was no way they were going to win. And once you come here, you know your best would always be a draw. And, you know, over the last couple of seasons, we've seen that fear factor dwindle a bit. But it looks like under Chiyoba Aristika, they're trying to bring that back. You know, they came close a bit. Mashari Free being flagged outside for that opportunity. But they're making inroads. They're sending in balls.
Well, flag got gone up offside as well. And the assistant referee on the far side there, Boateng Gabriel, having to speak to Mishak. Twice he's been flagged offside.
Yeah, he
twice.
needs to watch it. We spoke about the speed. That's what they need now. They need to make runs, and that's what they're trying to do. But unfortunately, they find themselves at the wrong side, you know, of the outside trap, and that's really killing them. In the last 2-3 times they've made an incursion, they've just been caught offside.
So the last club to actually won a match at home here was in January 5th, 2025, match day 16 of last season's Premier League 2024-25 season, where Samatex won by a goal to 0 here. But since then, the Aduana Stars have played 12 home games, spanning 1,080 minutes. 11 wins for them, drawn 26 goals and 8 goals conceded. Sana, spread play down to the right-hand side, looking for Henson and Ponsan. Able to keep the ball in play. Henson here, 1v1 situation, looking to drag the ball into the box there, swings it back again. Marfu, looking to turn here, Marfu, Sana waiting to pounce. Sana, and now it's Henson and Ponsan's ball again. Chess across the crossbar there, and nearly caused a bit of a problem.
Yeah, almost there from the right-hand side. Just look at that, the ball to Manu Mafu. That's so they know how dangerous he can be. You have about 3 Dreams FC shirts just trying to police him over there. And that intended ball being a cross, but it ends up flying across the crossbar. They keep pushing now. They're just using the right methods now. They are playing ball into spaces, ball to feed to their strikers, and they're also holding up so well for them in Aduana Stars.
Seems to have abandoned their defensive shape in the first half and now beginning to push moment forward. Suraj Seidu has been bundled down and again caught for the ball, and he was able to at least trying to find some pockets of space to hit something.
Yeah, that's what he brings to this team. Skillful player. And also with the number 10 shirt, they look up to him to create openings for them, and so far this afternoon he's been a bit quiet, but that's what you need. You know, make something happen, win fouls, win free kicks in. attacking positions, and he just did that for them.
Still, you talk about the two teams and how their game was supposed to be played. Going very short there with the set piece. Again, the flag is out for an offside position there on Mafu.
There's a speed. I think they are overrunning now. You know, they needed to run, but I think they need to time their runs now. It's been so awful from them. Last 4 incursions all been flagged offside for Aduana. Attackers are moving at a very, very high pace now, and they're just not reading the lines clearly. I think that was that ball again. Moideen trying to get that, yeah. Clearly comes off his arm.
Another ball swing into the box now. Dreams FC. Oh, lovely play here. Pia! And against me, picked up beautifully there by Prince Sose.
That was a good ball. The best save he's had to make all afternoon, Prince Sose. Just went down low in time just to put his body behind that ball. That was a good move by Dreams FC.
And again, his Dreams in trouble here. Hansen swings the block. They have to hit, but again, it hits wide.
The question marks around final ball so far for both teams. And this time, remember Aduana Buate, but then that was that earlier chance that fell to Dreams FC. Lovely skill to go past his marker there. Just hits it, but not enough power behind it.
Still trying to come out. Aduana Stars swinging a lot of the balls to the far post.
And they're trying everything now. You're going more direct balls into the channel, at least with that two on top, Sidibe, and then also Emmanuel Mafo. Makes it so easy to find them, at least with two target men. All you have to do as a midfielder or a defender is to go long, but then find that marker with an accurate pass. They've tried to do that, but they just need to push a bit more further, try to have more touches in the opposition box, and perhaps their luck could shine.
Still trying to see what they bring here in the game as they two sides continue to push. And now they have to find a chance to get in, being picked up. Much of a surprise. And the fans are asking for a lot of openings in this game. But Dreams FC will now have to move as they try to search forward. Dreams just charging in the box now. And Prince again will have to collect this one.
A good technique there, very difficult to execute. Uses the outside of his foot to just hit that one. A bit too heavy. It's more end-to-end now.
Yeah, with signs of opening up in the second half. And now Dreams will be in trouble against the crossbar. What an opportunity there. Wow. And now it is going to be hit wide. What a chance it was. What a chance again.
We spoke about spaces being open, by the end-to-end stuff, and just look at that. The Jacques Frier, off the tips of his Siako, and kept crushing. That was a good chance, but for that intervention by the crossbar. That's what you want to see from your offensive players sometimes. You know, Domako just combining with Meshaki Freya.
They have just 20 minutes plus additional time to go, and Aduana seemed to be the side that is looking to get the first goal. Hitting the crossbar, really, much to the surprise of the fans. And Yaro also goes to ground there. Dreams FC seem to have a lot of injury concerns.
Yeah. And that's where it gets more difficult down the stretch, where, you know, most of these players have done over 70 minutes now. That it boils down to endurance. Can they endure, you know, the pressure from the home side with the fans also chanting? It becomes more difficult. And at this point, if you coach, you hope that these players do not snap and lose concentration, they don't drop their guard. Because it's so difficult. We've seen Aduana win games, you know, at the death. Here against Radio All Blacks, they did it. Against Bichim United, they did it. So they have the character to win games when the going gets tough, when the clock keeps ticking and the time winds down.
Well, with just about 18 minutes to go, your concern and, of course, your take in the game played so far between Aduana and Dreams.
It's been tough. It's been more physical and combative by Dreams FC, but for Aduana, you know, they still had to keep going with those intricate passes. But, you know, Dreams FC did a good job at blocking all the passing lanes in midfield, and they had to go wide now through Mejaki Free and then also Henson and Ponsine. We saw that tactical tweak in the second half, throwing in another striker in Sidibe. Now it's more of a 4-4-2 flat from them. But then we've seen some good work and good runs from the wide players as well. But for Dreams FC, they've kept their cool. They've attacked as and when they have to. They've been tactically disciplined as well. Defensively, I think they've just put up a top-notch performance.
Well, so the three sides are still working hard and saying what they have to do. Dreams FC are winless in their matches in the month of October in the Premier League since 2015-2016 season. In the away games played, they've had to struggle in away matches in the Premier League since the 2015-16 season. They had to draw with Hartlepool, and again you see some of the concerns.
There was a contact made the Mafu on Yaro, quite needless there, and Yaro asking for the card there. I thought he left it late, but it was a bit needless from the attacker. It's just bump into Yaro when the ball has been cleared. But I think those two centre backs, you know, Yaro and then also his partner Cristiano Usu they have, you know, given this team some stability at the back end. I think Dortmund will be looking at this team and he'll believe this is the strength of their team. You know, the ability to come here and frustrate Aduana for 70 plus minutes, and that's just, you know, a plus for them.
Dreams, now they have to be fouled just right in front of the 18-yard box, and Alex Boachi, the captain, is also being booked here. And a good chance, a good opportunity. There's a very good chance now for Dreams to see if they can nipple something here. Just about 15 minutes to go.
That was the ball earlier on. I think Said Suraj again, you know, causing problems to the Aduana defense.
Yeah, there's a confirmation of the yellow card here. Free kick advantage. The last quarter of the match we played 4. And Suraj also behind the ball this time. He goes wide. And again, actually disappointment to the fans here.
Not the best of strikes. Say to Suraj, targeting the top left corner there, but just couldn't find it without ball.
So still trying to start forward here. Ball into the box now. Mishak just missing out opportunity. And you still want to see exactly what Ishak will be doing.
It's another diagonal ball. The finding Meshak, who is drifting a bit more, towards the 18-yard box now. It's so difficult dealing with diagonal balls now. We've seen a couple find him.
The last time Aduana Stars lost in October 25 in the Premier League was back in 2009 against RTU, match day 3 game. And again, as a decision has gone against Aduana Stars, again, the fans are not really happy about it.
Yeah, remember Aduana was asking questions about that decision from the center referee. It was indeed the right call. But I think some infringements there towards the left-hand side, and just had to call it back and award a free kick to Dreams.
Manabor swung into the far post once again. And again, all the set pieces that have gone in with the long balls being sent in hasn't really yielded to anything.
Yeah, I think both sets of teams have done a great job as far as the duels are contested for, in defense. Again, the players just questioning the referee's decision each and every time, and that's where the frustration sets in. Especially for Aduana, they are pushing for the win now, but I think they'll need to keep their composure. Just be careful and lose concentration down the stretch.
Again, it's been a very animated afternoon there for both teams. Still trying to find exactly how Susan's will be coming up with something. Nicholas Asante, all of them have played a part, and Suraj also there. And the referee, Kofi Gideon, still trying to have some words there for the players with there's about 11 minutes to go. Another ball here, goalkeeper comes out and makes a grab, Prince Osei.
There's great awareness by Prince Osei. That's so well. A crowded box there, but manages to find his way calmly, just gets his hands on that ball. For Aduana, I think how they started the second half has really dropped to that energy. He started the second half with, especially after that tactical tweak, bringing on Sidibe, and they've not really seen the ball, the attackers, in the last 10 minutes.
Adams, left-footed ball into the box. Yaro repels it. Possession back to get it. Another long ball to the half of Aduana. Going to be this young chase for the ball up here. And it's going to be safety first.
Intelligent play to head that one out for a throwing.
Yeah, there's a chance now for Isaac Autry to be invited into the game, and as the PR is going to walk away out of the game. And so that's the substitution made there by Wilfred Dormont. Isaac Autry being given a chance there to play a part. Aduana Stars have so far played 34 games on a Saturday in the Premier League since 2009, having won 11 of those matches and drawing 7 and losing 16. So far, they've been able to score 30 goals and conceding 34. Dreams FC have only played 21 games on a Saturday in the Premier League since the 2015-16 season. They have picked up 7 wins and 8 draws with 6 defeats. Interestingly, scoring 20 goals and conceding 19. That they have failed to score, draw, winning it. Away games after hosting Nations FC in the 2023-2024 games. Season, Dreams FC after matches against Nations FC where they won by a goal to nil. They again lost to Bechem United by a goal to nil. Also losing to Aduana Stars. And that's a decision once again with the last 9 minutes or so to go for.
Yeah, it's been complaint after complaint by the Aduana players because every decision by the referee seemed not to go well with them, but this time it was Sudraj who did so well with that trickery there to go past his marker. Maxwell Arthur complaining, he just can't believe it that the referee, you know, Nico Figueiredo just awarded a free kick against them.
Maxwell Arthur on a yellow card as well for Aduana Stars, walking on a tightrope. And Nochi Bedo's ball back into the box, but Dreams FC picking up the ball here. The referee also going to be another yellow card. Christian Owusu, the Dreams FC just, well, I would say less than a minute after Maxwell Arthur was shown a yellow card. And then Christian Owusu also gets a yellow card for this one.
Cynical there on Sana. And that was the right call by the referee. You know, for Maxwell Arthur, it was for dissent, you know, just complaining too much, but this was also for that harsh tackle there. He's been great this afternoon, Christian Owusu, alongside his partner Yaro.
It's a net tackle here.
Despite the fact that we've not seen any goals though, but you know, it's really been action-packed as far as tackles and, you know, heckling and, you know, complaints. It's really had everything. And I think at this point, Winfred Dortmund will be looking at the scoreboard thinking, yeah, we just need to get home and dry, and we could walk back to Accra with at least a point. But for Aduana, I think maybe this could just be a big blow to their title hopes.
The first time Dreams FC playing a league match in the month of October 25. And again, Aduana Stars players asking a lot of questions and beginning to feel frustrated. The calls really have not gone their way. Charging the match referee there, Nico Figueiredo.
And that's where you need Aristika Cheraba to just speak to these players, you know, ask them to calm down. We've seen them win games at a death. They have that character, they have the personality to do so, but you can't if you keep on complaining.
Nomadine swings one to the far post once again. Suraj Saidu brings it down. Again, Bubakar Adams has been looking to mop his lines and able to get the ball away. And here comes Sidibe and Mafo combining beautifully, and Mishak also racing down to see if he can pick a pass here. Mishak free, giving the boy a dragging it back, and now it is the Aduana Stars. Guess who has scored? It is the man who was introduced into the game, Dauda Ben Sidibe, the Burkinabe winger. He has opened the scoring here for Aduana Stars after 84 minutes. They've been asking, and now they have it.
Breathtaking. Graham, breathtaking here. And the fans are going ballistic, but for Dreams FC, they lowered their guard. And for Aduana, we spoke about the fact that you need to stop complaining and concentrate on the game. And it was just one move down the left-hand side. Emmanuel Mafo, the usual scorer, turning the provider now, but then for Dreams FC, they could have done better. And just look at that. Mafo does well, that one-on-one. Just creates the opening, and just look at that. It was Owusu who just had that unimportant touch of Aduana. That's the best touch so far in the game. And just look at that. Sidibe in the right place at the right time. And, you know, that decision to throw him on in the second half, just paying off for them. That's just what they needed, and they have it.
From Burkina Faso to Mediema, and now the Aduana Stars. Dauda Ben Sidibe, his first goal of the season there for Aduana Stars in the Premier League, and what a time to score. Wow.
At the death. And he gets a hat from Emmanuel Marfo. You know, that's a sign of endorsement that this is the man, you know, who I can strike with. And we spoke about the fact that they went a bit more direct, but sometimes the final balls not really up there. But this time that touch from Christian Owusu, just giving them that chance, and Sidibe just slots home for what may be the goal that sends them to the top of the table.
So the man from Burkina Faso really giving a lot of exciting moment here in the Doma to the fans. The party's already started in the stands. It's going to continue way deep into the night here in Doma in Crow. Archie looking to win the ball here from Obakar Adams. Couldn't quite get to him. There's going to be a lot of talking points in this game. And so it's going to be talking points in the match. Aduana Stars. A lot of work to be done in the game. I expect to see some work. That is the pin-up boy now for Aduana Stars, Dauda Ben Sidibe. His goal is the only thing standing between Aduana and Dreams FC. And I said Dreams FC really have to dig deep into the game. It's going to be a very long way out there for Dreams FC to come into the game here. Match day 7 away games in the Premier League. If this story continues, it will be an interesting scenario there for Aduana Stars as they continue to push forward in this scenario. Confirmation substitution here for Aduana Stars. Kofi Asante is being given a chance to replace Henson and Ponsa. Gets flooded from the fans there. Another substitution, Mishak Ifriye out. Right, Jay being given a chance to come in. And a substitution here. Brian Jay spent all his time playing club football for Aduana Stars at 77 appearances. Got some 22 goals. He's left the club back in 2018 until Bogan SC came back to Aduana Stars in the 2019-2022 season. He left again and is back on loan back in the 2023-24 season and still with Aduana Stars prior to Jay. Won the Ghana Premier League in his second season with Aduana Stars. Also played for Tama Youth and Kuwaiti side Bugan prior to Jay. Also played a part of Mina Sharks back in the 2010 season prior to Jay. Played for the club in the lower tiers back in 2012 where he secured a move to Tama Youth. Scored his debut top flight goal in a 1-1 draw against Rio Tamale United prior to Jay. That season he scored several goals with notable ones against top sides Mediema Ashgold and Rio Tamale United. He also scored a hat-trick in a 3-2 win against New DPRC. His goals could not secure his safety in the Premier League. He played an instrumental role in Tama Youth's second place finish in the second tier division. Back back in 2015, finishing as the club's top scorer. He also was linked when moved to Ghana Premier League side Aduana Stars, and there he came back in 2015. 5 minutes of additional time here. Sanchez ball here. Aduana Stars looking to pick up Sidibe again. Couldn't find him. Lots of fireworks there for the Oja boys. I tell you what, the Aduana Stars are unbeaten in match day 7 home games in the Premier League since 2009-2010 season. Now, if they continue with this prolific form now, they still remain unbeaten in match day 7 home games in the Premier League, and that would take them to 4 wins in match day 7 home games in the Premier League. And it's been an exciting moment. I'll be 15 years where they have remained unbeaten in match day 7 home games in the Premier League, Aduana Stars. And now they lead by a goal to nil, and that means that they're really marching on to see if they can pick the 3 points. And Dreams FC's match day 7 away games in the Premier League since the 2015-16 season. Confirmation of Sancho Pon coming in to replace Pablain Kulani. Dreams FC have lost. Have picked up a win against Ashgold in match day 7. They've lost just once in match day 7 away games in Premier League, and so they will take them to 2 defeats there. And the Aduana Stars will continue their prolific form, and they'll be playing some and hoping at least they leapfrog lots of Lions in the Premier League. They've been waiting for. They have huge plans there to win the Premier League title this time. So before the game, Aduana Stars are 12 points, and now with that 15, they move up on the Premier League log, awaiting results from other matches we played. So with the this game, 12 points and 15 points they would have, and I would take the win to 5 wins in the Premier League, Aduana Stars, and they would have scored 8 goals as well. And Dreams FC would then have to collide bottom back on the Premier League log after not picking up a point yet. It's very much a disappointing scenario there for them. The away record in the Premier League hasn't really been that exciting there at Dreams FC. Something they're trying to see if they can work on, maybe, with a Dortmund there, and picked up a defeat at home, away from home to Lions. So they are almost marching on to film and swing at home. They should continue to see what they bring on the table. Aduana Stars, this is where they have forged and fought to see the glory days here. Before the game, they really had a lot of fire in them. The Fire Boys are showing the real character in this game. Indeed, they have proven that they have made this place their fortress. The Dreamers have had to come here and dreaming for a miracle, and dreaming at least they can get something going. I tell you what, it's been a very hard-fought win there for Aduana Stars as they continue to march on. Still pushing and trying to get more men forward there. Well, I'll tell you what, it's still going to be the celebration. The Dreamers came here, dreamed pretty much big, but that wasn't the story. But Aduana Stars continued their unbeaten run in match day 7 home games in the Ghana Premier League since 2009-2010 season. And they have done so with 4 wins in this game, moving them temporarily to the top of the Premier League with 15 points. It has always been what they've been dreaming and hoping for. But Dreams FC, their roller coaster movement in the Ghana Premier League continue there. Not the best, maybe. They had to come here fighting for their life there. But the Oja boys had something up their sleeves there to show them. 84 minutes goal there from Dauda Ben Sidibe is all that the Aduana Stars needed to make their fans happy and to continue having a party here in Doma. So it finished here in Doma for Aduana Stars and Dreams FC match day 7 game. Aduana Stars 1, Dreams FC 0.
What again we just witnessed here at the Nana Ajimanbedu the first stadium. It was Aduana Stars leaving it late into the game, and it was Sidibe from the bench who made the difference from them after an unfortunate touch by Christian Owusu, handing Aduana Stars all 3 points here. That sees them go to the top of the table after today. I've been joined at pitchside by the head coach Aristika Sioiba. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
How difficult was it for you to win this game?
Yes, normal. The Dreams is one good team, but I have 2 differences. The first 45 minutes, the player is little afraid from not lose the game, and is not give too much problem from the opponent. After I will change little tactic. I know have the problem. I know have the connection middle to attack. I put the CDB inside, and our team starting play and put the pressure from the opponent. I am happy about. Again, is listen our tactic. Again, the player go discipline, together working hard, compact team, and this is the Aduana Star in this moment. I am happy from the result.
But how pleased were you with Sidibe getting the goal? In the first half, your attack was stagnant. They were not moving. In the second half, you have to tweak the system, and you brought on Sidibe, and he got you the winning goal.
Yes, you need see what is the problem inside in our team, and it change. Change the tactic. Change the some player. Can possible win the game. Me every time after 45 minutes, I will see the opponent. I will change 2 or 3 players from possible try and win the game. Again, I put inside the CDB and he give the score, and the team is play very well the second half, very, very well. Have another 2 or 3 good opportunity to the score. Congratulations from our player, congratulations from our supporter about now coming more supporter and support us in the Doma, and let's continue and see what happens from the future.
But after 80 minutes, we saw the agitation. The players were frustrated due to some 1 or 2 calls. But were you scared that you were going to drop points in this game?
No. You see, preparation the game from win the game. You see the last 9 minutes, 10 minutes, I put another 2 player offensive, Bright and Kofi is the player offensive. If I am afraid, I put the player defensive. No, I continue my plan tactic. I continue from trust. I possible take another score, and I am happy the player is confidence and have consistent in the game. About here in the Ghana, you see it's difficult. If you win 1 game, 2 game, the player is lose the concentration. But our player is focused, and this is good from the future. Also, I like speak more good luck from this team in the future. More good luck about need happy this supporter, happy this town.
Top of the league now. You are winning the league.
No, please let respect more the opponent here. You have more team good here. It's only 6 games, 7 games. Let game to game, and yes, Aduana star in this season. You'll fighting from the league with me, coach, from another coach, from another people. Aduana star need go and fighting from the champion. About he need this from this supporter. Very nice.
Supporters. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Aristika, enjoy the win, and what a game here today. Aduana Stars leaving it late, but then Aristika Siaiba, the head coach, says they're not thinking about the league title for now. It's just game after game after game after game. But then that tactical tweak in the second half, bringing on Sidibe, changing the complexion of the game and handing them the win. I'm here now with a losing coach, that's Winfred Dormon, who doesn't really look pleased. But coach, commiserations. How difficult is it for you to digest this defeat?
Well, it's very, very difficult to take it. I mean, a bitter pill to swallow, so to speak. But a commendable performance from my last. I mean, from the first half, we kept the mid-block, and we got them with quick transition. But our last balls, in the final third, that killer instinct was not there. Then during the break, we did 1 or 2 adjustments. We kept the same shape, the same discipline, playing from zone 2 into zone 3. Okay, Aduana also came into the game. They had 1 or 2 pockets of chances. In fact, they hit the post, but we kept our belief, and we kept pushing. Really, you could see we also had 1 or 2 moments, but the killer instincts again in the last third is problematic. Then again, against the round of play, I mean, I don't go once again from Christian, who played very, very well. I mean, a low crossing ball coming into the box. I mean, just clear the ball with your right foot. I don't know what he was trying to do. Unfortunately, I mean, he set the ball for the striker to come and finish. It's very, very unfortunate. But on the back of this performance, we have to look forward to the next game.
Yeah, you're still languishing a little bit above the red zone. Do you think this defeat here puts a bit more pressure on you and the team heading to the next game?
I mean, pressure is the name of the game. I mean, we need to take the pressure, but we need to be calm, right? Because this team looks very, very promising. On the balance of what I have seen and on the balance of the previous games, we've been playing so well. I mean, but we need to improve in the last we need to improve as a team.
Right.
We also need to improve as a group. We also need to improve as individual players. Individual players must take responsibilities.
Thank you very much, and wishing you a safe journey back to Accra. And that's the head coach of Dreams FC, Winfred Dormont. He's spoken about the fact that, it was quite unfortunate for them to concede at the death of that game. Cristiano Usu with an unfortunate touch, and then Sidibe just pouncing on that. But then I've also been joined by the man of the match from this game. He was unplayable. He played so well, kept a clean sheet for Aduana. Congratulations, Alex Bache. Na Pacho for Mike.
Okay.
How difficult was it for you? Na Edding game no na Edding Mamo, because first half you say na more break Accra, second half more buy no benya winner, but game no who saying.
Boss Kakame can say game no dey difficult because your call summer test na you know ko bon sen tournament no mo share 2-1 until no mo ba and any still na game very difficult pa.
Now over the years what body defense so they midfield defensive partner with two quite only Rich Saki boy he's back again. What's that thing between the two of you? Anytime I'm Bobiano you get the results for Aduana.
Kakame can say nyina entiase nyina tie ho ase na kasa communication here adwuma.
And then who fans know when we need 4 on the straight on a bounce here 15 points. Oshani Amuye at the more Koji League no.
Kakame can say fans in the because match after match. Then you can say what boy 5 matches and us only 5 wins into no Koji League into Omunya Bote no more shading Yamebe.
But I say congratulations once again. So that's the man of the match with some words over there after winning the man of the match award. That's Alex Boache, and he was unplayable. So full time here at the Nana Ajimambedu the First Stadium in Doma, where Aduana FC claimed yet another 3 points against Dreams FC to move to the summit of the table. My name is Josiah Okukwen. From everyone here, we say thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.